About 10 years ago, shipping container homes were the most exciting thing happening in alternative construction. Architects loved them. Instagram loved them. Design blogs couldn't stop writing about them. The idea was irresistible. Take a structural steel box designed to cross oceans fully loaded. Cut some windows in it, insulate it, stack a few of them, and you had a durable, industrial, architecturally interesting home for a fraction of conventional construction cost. The reality turned out to be significantly more complicated. And in 2026, a growing number of the architects who were the most excited about container construction a decade ago are specifying something different. Purpose-built multi-story Barndominium steel frames. Not containers, not stick frame, not concrete. Steel frames specifically engineered for the residential program they're being asked to serve. Here's exactly why. If you follow alternative construction, and you want to understand where serious architects are actually putting their clients' money in 2026, subscribe to Barndominium Haven right now. Hit the bell. Stay till the cost section, because the comparison between container construction and purpose-built steel frame in 2026 is going to reframe how you think about both options. Let's get into it. To understand the shift, you have to understand what was genuinely compelling about containers in the first place. Because it wasn't irrational. A standard 40-foot shipping container is a pre-engineered structural steel box rated to carry 67,200 pounds of cargo, stacked 8 containers high, in the most hostile environmental conditions on the planet. That's extraordinary structural performance. And it comes at a purchase price, for a used container, of approximately $2,500 to $5,500 in 2026 markets. $3,500 for a structural shell. The appeal was obvious. Structural integrity essentially free. Drop some containers, stack some containers, cut some holes. Instant structure. And architecturally, the industrial aesthetic, the corrugated steel skin, the raw, honest materiality, was genuinely interesting. Not pretending to be something it wasn't. A box that had been around the world and back, and was now a home. I understand why that was exciting. Here's where reality caught up with the romance. Problem 1. The thermal nightmare. A shipping container is made of Corten steel, and Corten steel conducts heat extraordinarily well. Without a complete thermal break system, the container's steel walls become massive thermal bridges, connecting the hot or cold exterior directly to the interior, insulating a container properly. Which means either spray foaming the interior and losing 4 to 6 inches of interior width on all 4 sides, or cladding the exterior with an insulated panel system that adds cost approaching what you'd spend on a purpose-built structure. Turned the $3,500 box into a $35,000 to $65,000 insulated thermal shell. The cost advantage was shrinking fast. Problem 2. The width. A standard shipping container is 8 feet wide on the interior. 8 feet. That's narrower than most hallways in conventional construction. Architects immediately started cutting containers open, welding containers together, cantilevering containers over each other, all to escape the fundamental spatial limitation of an 8-foot wide room. And every modification, every cut, every weld, every structural reinforcement added cost and eroded the structural efficiency that made containers attractive in the first place. Problem 3. The modification cost. A shipping container is structurally optimized for one specific condition: stacked load on its 4 corner posts. Cut a large opening in a container wall for a window or a door, and you've compromised the structural path that the corner post system was designed for. That means header beams, structural reinforcements, engineering, costs that mount with every opening cut into the container. By the time you've thermally insulated it, widened it, opened it up, you've spent as much or more than a purpose-built structure for a building that was originally designed for cargo, not people. Let me be precise about what we're comparing containers to. A purpose-built multi-story Barndominium steel frame is a structural steel system specifically engineered for residential occupancy, not adapted from an industrial application. The steel members, the columns, the beams, the floor joists, the roof structure, are specified for the actual loads of a residential building: live loads, dead loads, wind loads, snow loads, at the locations and in the configurations that residential use requires. Not overbuilt for cargo stacking, not underbuilt for spanning openings, engineered for exactly what they're being asked to do. In a multi-story configuration, the ground floor is typically clear span for maximum floor plan flexibility: workshop, garage, utility, additional living space. The upper floor, or floors, residential living program: bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchen, living, carried by the steel frame's primary structural members on engineered floor cassettes or decking. The exterior is finished with insulated metal panels, standard Barndominium cladding, or any exterior system the design calls for. The whole thing is engineered from scratch for the specific building, specific site, specific wind zone, specific program, specific number of stories. That's the purpose-built system. Let me go through the direct comparison. Width. A purpose-built steel frame can be any width the engineer specifies: 24 feet wide, 30 feet wide, 40 feet wide. No constraint, no modification cost, no welded-together containers trying to escape the 8-foot dimension. You specify the width you need, and the steel is fabricated to it. Containers, 8 feet interior, purpose-built, whatever you need. Clear winner. Openings. In a purpose-built steel frame, openings for windows, doors, large glazed sections, roll-up doors, are engineered into the frame at the design stage. The structural solution to every opening is in the original engineering package. No field modifications, no after-the-fact reinforcement, no structural guesswork. Containers. Every cut costs structural integrity. Purpose-built openings are the original design. Clear winner. Thermal performance. A purpose-built steel frame with closed-cell spray foam applied to the interior of the wall and roof panels achieves a continuous, bridge-minimized thermal envelope at the specification thickness the design requires, not working around a structural steel box that wants to conduct heat. Working with a frame system that was designed to accommodate insulation from the beginning. Containers' thermal bridging is inherent to the structure. Purpose-built thermal envelope is part of the design. Clear winner. Spatial flexibility. Purpose-built multi-story steel frame can be any height, any width, any configuration. Single slope, gable, flat roof, monitor roof, any floor plate shape, with any floor plan organization the residential program requires. Containers, constrained by fixed dimensions. Purpose-built, constrained only by budget and engineering. Clear winner. Every single metric. That's why architects are making the shift. My favorite feature. The mezzanine condition. Here's what I mean. In a purpose-built multi-story Barndominium steel frame, the transition between the ground floor and the upper floor is not a conventional staircase rising through a ceiling that cuts the vertical volume in half. It's a mezzanine, a partial second floor, typically covering 40 to 60% of the ground floor area, cantilevered from the primary steel frame on engineered floor joists, leaving the rest of the ground floor at full building height, which means part of the building is double height. The dramatic, clear span full-height social space. Part of the building is 2 full stories. The bedroom level above, the utility level below, and the transition, the edge of the mezzanine, is the most architecturally interesting moment in the entire building. An exposed steel beam, a glass or cable railing, the view from the upper floor, looking down into the double-height social space. That moment, the view from the mezzanine into the clear span lower volume, is the design feature that makes purpose-built multi-story steel frame immediately, viscerally different from every container home and every conventional home I've ever been in. It's genuinely exciting every time I design one. The mistake: making the mezzanine too large. I know why it happens. Square footage feels like value. More second floor equals more rooms, equals more living space. So designers push the mezzanine to cover 80 or 90% of the ground floor. And the double height volume, the thing that makes the building genuinely special, shrinks to a 10-foot strip at the front of the building. A gesture at drama, rather than actual drama. The mezzanine should cover 40 to 60% of the ground floor. Maximum. The remaining 40 to 60% stays at full height. And that full height volume is not wasted space. It's the reason the building looks the way it does, feels the way it does, lives the way it does. If you need more square footage, extend the building's footprint. Don't compress the double height volume to create it. Real numbers. 2026 mid-cost markets. Purpose-built multi-story Barndominium steel frame. 30 by 48 foot footprint. Full ground floor. 1,440 square feet. Clear span. Garage plus utility. Mezzanine upper floor covering 50% of the ground floor area. 720 square feet residential. 2 bedrooms. 2 bathrooms. Open kitchen and living on the mezzanine level. Purpose-built steel frame, including primary structure, floor cassette, mezzanine framing, engineered connections. $52,000 to $78,000. Compare that to container construction for equivalent program, typically $45,000 to $85,000 in container purchase, modification, structural reinforcement, before insulation or interior finishing. The cost difference is narrower than most people expect. Closed cell spray foam, exterior walls and roof deck, $20,000 to $30,000. Foundation, $14,000 to $20,000. Mezzanine floor finish, railing, stair, $12,000 to $18,000. Rough-in plumbing, $9,500 to $14,000. Rough-in electrical, $8,000 to $12,000. Shack, 2-zone, $7,000 to $11,000. Septic, $9,500 to $14,000. Well, $8,500 to $12,000. Windows and doors, $9,000 to $14,000. Interior finishes, mezzanine level, $22,000 to $34,000. Ground floor utility finish, $8,000 to $12,000. Contingency, 15%, $26,000. Total realistic build cost, $205,000 to $308,000 fully finished. Mid-cost US market, 2026. That's for 2,160 total square feet. 720 square feet of finished residential on the mezzanine. 1,440 square feet of garage, workshop, utility, and double-height social space below. Per square foot of residential space, approximately $284 to $427. That sounds high, until you factor in the 1,440 square feet of covered utility space you're getting below for essentially the cost of the slab and shell, and until you compare it to container construction that would cost approximately the same with significantly more thermal, spatial, and structural compromises. Here's my honest conclusion. Shipping containers were never really the thing they promised to be. The romance was real, the performance wasn't. The gap between a $3,500 container and a finished container home was always wider than the content suggested, and the compromises along the way, 8-foot widths, thermal bridging, structural modification costs, were always more significant than they looked on an Instagram post. Purpose-built multi-story Barndominium steel frame doesn't have any of those compromises. It's engineered for exactly what it's being asked to do. Every structural member, every connection, every opening, every span, designed for a person, not for a shipping route. And in 2026, when the cost difference between adapting a container and specifying a purpose-built frame has narrowed to the point where the comparison is genuinely close, there's no longer a compelling financial argument for accepting the container's constraints. That's why architects are leaving containers. Not because containers aren't interesting, because purpose-built steel is more interesting and better in every way that actually matters when someone lives in it. Subscribe to Barndominium Haven. Tell me in the comments, have you ever seriously considered a container home? What made you reconsider? Or what's keeping you interested? I want to know. And I'll see you in the next one.